Hi friends! So this is a video of me drawing the Grand Canyon piece. And in this video, I'm just going to watch this with you and talk to you about what's happening. So as you can see, I am carving with a ceramic blade. This is clayboard, which I've painted with gouache. And then I transferred a sketch using this sort of chalk transfer. There are several different tools I use for scratching on scratchboard, clayboard, or copper. I used to exclusively use X-Acto blades. Since then, I've gotten into using an engraving tool and this ceramic blade. The ceramic blade allows me to make perfect little circles, which for me I find to be just the best. Normally, with a scratchboard etching with a black background, I would scratch first with the ceramic tool, and then I would go back in with watercolor or ink to stain it to get that rich color, which you've seen in like my cello piece or anatomical pianist. This piece is different. Wait till the end and you'll see a new coloring technique that I'm using, which I'm very excited about. Okay, let's talk data. So this is etched with the mineral composition and age of each layer of the Isis Temple in the north section of the Grand Canyon. As you guys know, I often collaborate with scientists and teachers, and for this piece, I am grateful and excited to say that I was able to collaborate with Schmitty Thompson, who is a local geologist who I first heard speaking on Ologies, which is my favorite podcast, as you know. They were kind enough to correct and confirm my data, which I will include the full reference sheet with all of the beautiful chemical formulas and ages for you that will go along with this video. I would also like to put out just a special thank you to one of my patrons, Mark, who lent me just a great big stack of books on geology in Utah and Colorado and Arizona. And I have to say it was extremely helpful because when I started this project, I knew nothing about geology. Like I knew rocks existed and they were old, but other than that, I didn't know anything about geology. So with the help of patron Mark, a bunch of textbooks, and a lot of YouTube videos, I learned a lot really fast. I also had the good fortune of being able to visit the Grand Canyon and Sedona, Arizona over the winter, where I was able to really study the texture and color and atmosphere of these areas, which I think really informed the piece. I should let you know that that trip inspired several pieces that haven't come to fruition yet, but if I have the time and capacity, I would really like to draw a few more pieces from the desert, specifically from Sedona, because the areas there are it's just gorgeous, beautiful landscape. All right, we're about to get to the river, which I think is possibly the coolest part of this piece. The river is drawn with the discharge rate and also the total mass of earth that the Colorado River has removed from this region over its lifetime. It's due to this powerful corrosive force that we are able to see back through geological time in this area due to its patient moving of the earth. We're here. We're at the exciting new coloring section of the video. So I am using pan pastels and a dry paintbrush to apply this rich color onto this board. Patrons who have been with me for a while probably remember that crazy series I did where I drew every day for a year, and most of the time I was using pan pastels. And I will be honest, I totally fell in love with this medium. I love dry medium. I actually struggle quite a bit with wet medium like inks and paint. I prefer a pencil or a tip or a dry brush. I've also really been wanting to move away from the really dark, simple black background of scratchboards and wanting to have the more rich color. So this new technique has allowed me to do just that, where I have the freedom of laying down a textured color with a gouache background and then scratch through it with a blade, and then at the end lay in layers of soft pastel, and then I get this as the result. And the best part is the pan pastel doesn't cover up the numbers. You can still see them quite well. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this little chat where I talked about my process. I will be releasing prints of this online soon. The original has been sold, and I am looking forward to hearing what you think of this and if you have any questions. All right, thanks all. Bye.